Hello and welcome. This is Eric from AD Racing Central. A while ago, Wipeout player Beeeq reached out to me with the intention of hosting a Wipeout tournament that would be showcased as a highlight reel on my channel. Of course, I said yes, and before I knew it, Beeeq had assembled a starting field of 6 great racers to duke it out on several different game modes, speed classes and tracks. How did it all go? Keep watching and find out. The starting field included the racers Beeeq, Kid8, SYSTEMINSPIRED, CADE RUFUS, Spencer 801 and Kurachi. The tournament that Beeeq had laid out consisted of several different event types, some of which we rarely see in online play. I also like the inclusion of different speed classes, since there are intricacies about the game that are different depending on how fast you go, like where you can do barrel rolls for example. First up were 2 rounds of Eliminator, the game mode where your position over the finish line is irrelevant and all that counts are kills and damage done. Track knowledge is still important, as you need to be aware of where the weapon pads are, as well as where the most appropriate corners for ambushes are located. Eliminator events can give a chaotic impression and the weapon pickups are random, but in the end, awareness of your opponents and your surroundings, as well as good use of combat spins, will consistently lead the most skilled players to victory. SYSTEMINSPIRED, with Evito as his PSN online ID, secured the win in the first game and was looking to come out on top in the second too, but Kid8 robbed him of the win at the very last moments of the race. After 2 rounds of elimination and 6 events left in the tournament, SYSTEMINSPIRED was in the lead with Kid8 slightly behind. Personally, I was immensely excited for round 3 and 4, as these were the Zwn Battle rounds, a game mode you rarely see being played online. In this game mode, you accumulate energy by flying over speed pads, and you then use that energy to increase your zone level, which makes your ship go faster. The first player to reach a given zone level wins the round. You can also use your energy to drop a barrier behind you that, when hit by opponents, decreases their energy level. I was very curious to see how all these excellent players would use their energy, consume it to get in the lead, or use it to disrupt their opponents. The latter was true, as the track was littered with barriers. The racers had to dodge, duck, dip, dive and dodge the barriers that their opponents constantly dropped to keep their energy levels up, and it was truly a couple of thrilling races to watch. Especially round 4 on Sol 2, with the constant fear of falling off the track. CADE RUFUS got off to a bit of a slow start in round 4, but eventually skillfully brought himself back and eventually secured the 3rd place. However, SYSTEMINSPIRED was the racer most adept at navigating the barrier hazards, as he secured the win in both rounds, with Kid8 coming in 2nd in both. These top players now increased their distance to the other competitors, but half of the tournament was still left. Round 5 and 6 were single race events, meaning the racers competed to be the first over the finish line with weapons turned on. The first of the 2 races was in the Venom speed class, the slowest in the game. This might seem like an odd pick for an event with highly skilled players, but the race really showed how important it is to master the tracks on different speed classes, since it changes certain aspects. One of them is that the slower you go over bumps, the harder it is to get enough airtime to make a speed boosting barrel roll before you land. By using side shifts directly in front of bumps in the track, you can increase your airtime slightly. Something Beeeq used to great success, scoring him his first victory of the evening with Kid8 trailing slightly behind. The second race was on the much faster Rapier speed class, and for the most part it was a battle for first place between SYSTEMINSPIRED and Beeeq. Being in the top positions constantly puts you in danger of weapons, which is an even bigger problem on Chengdu project, and it's plentiful opportunities to do barrel rolls that further drains your shield. A critical moment was when Beeeq took a gamble and activated a turbo with only 2% shield left. By this time Kid8 had caught up and actually passed Beeeq very close to the finish line, but then this happened. In what felt like precognition, Beeeq had saved a quake that he unleashed at Kid8, eliminating him inches before the finish line. Rounds 7 and 8 were the final rounds with the pure race rules, meaning no weapons and all races are given a turbo every lap. In the first race on Flash speed class, the top speed spec Icarus became the most favored one, except for Spencer in his Pfizer ship and Kid8, who seemed to run Piranha regardless of race type. The first race was a thrilling duel between Beeeq and Kid8, who competed for the number 1 spot from beginning to end. It all really came down to who could keep their nerve under pressure and hit the walls the least. It was a struggle until the very end, but Kid8 managed to cross the finish line just before Beeeq, with the SYSTEMINSPIRED coming in 3rd. The final race was another pure race on Noah Therma on the fastest speed class in the game, Phantom. This is one of the most straightforward tracks in the game, with only a few spots for barrel rolls, and to manage that, skillful piloting is required to not fall off the track. Beeeq and Kid8 were once again competing for the number 1 spots, but SYSTEMINSPIRED, who had now switched to the Van Uber ship, was dead focused on doing the same. A slight mishap on the third lap sent Beeeq sky high, leaving Kid 8 and SYSTEMINSPIRED to battle out for the gold medal. Even though SYSTEMINSPIRED made very few mistakes and constantly was only a second behind, Kid 8 did a flawless race and took home his second first spot in the pure races. When all the points were counted, Kid 8 was the winner. Congratulations to Kid 8, who showed that in the hands of a skillful pilot, Piranha is a valid choice for any event. Thank you very much to all contenders for taking part in the tournament, and a huge shout out to Beeeq for organizing everything. Don't be afraid to reach out to me or Beeeq if you want to take part in the tournament in the future. All players are welcome regardless of skill level, and I have participated myself as well. In the meantime, check out this video about why you should try Wipeout Mega Collision in 2023. Thank you for watching. I am Eric from AG Racing Central, and I'll see you in the next video.